Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I say welcome to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. I'm Dante Payne, your host, as it's about to go down. First and foremost, gotta say congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl. We talk more about that when we talk about our NFL. But we got a lot of exciting things happening in baseball. Spring training is here, or I should say they already reported to camp for spring training. So that means baseball is coming up, and it's coming up quick, fast, in a hurry. But if y'all new to Dragon Sports Live, this is not just y'all typical podcast. This is y'all podcast that talks sports and plays music. Music that is from you and that you send to us that you want on the show to be heard. Music that you made and created, or beats that you made and created. Hey, the beat's gonna be featured in the background music, so if you got a good beat and I can bomb my head too, best believe I'm gonna use it in part of the show as background music, and I'm gonna show my support to you as well. And if you ever want to catch this show, you can always catch this show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your music podcasts at. This is Dragon Sports Live, and if you don't know, now you know. We start our show off right. We're going to start off with some music, and then we're going to talk about the MLB, because a lot is happening now. We got some signing reads, we got some trades, some off-season movements. We got it all here on Dragon Sports Live. But without further ado, let's get you right. Let's get B Mike in here featuring JTKZ with Damage on Dragon Sports Live. Check it out, y'all.
I've been through a lot of crazy things in my life, and somehow you're always there to pick up the pieces and accept me for who I am. So listen. I never meant for you to deal with all this pressure, or for you to deal with all this pain that don't belong to you. You carry all my burdens from my past on a stretcher. So the very least that I could do is write this song for you. Baby, you don't have to choose to stay, but yet you do it anyway. And for a moment I get glimpses of what's in the heavens gates. You show me beauty in the rain, even smiling when it's pouring. The creases on the corners of my lips still feel so foreign to my senses. I sense that you might leave me in an instant. You don't, it's just my insecurities are up to mischief. You reassure me, you show me love, and then it cures me. Not with words, because the actions of your promise does it for me. It's lovely. I'm used to feeling cold, it's below sub-zero beneath my mind that if I wished I could not unsee. It's crazy, I know the baggage in my trunk is ugly, but you still choose to love me. How can you love someone so damaged? Feel it in my palms, feeling so beyond. You don't know how I respond. This thing gets harder to manage. Been there from the start, even when you saw the blackness covering my heart. I show you scars that are deeper than what you have known. You tell me I've never looked more beautiful. I'm sorry that I'm damaged, and sorry for the pain. Sorry that you probably have to deal with it again.
I said I'm sorry for the pain, but I can't help this shit. I wish you never felt this shit. Promise you're my angel, but I'ma probably go to hell for this. Mentally I'm sick, and I don't choose to break your fucking heart. My life's a tragic flick, and I ain't choose to play this part. I'll take apart my heart and let you find the missing pieces. It's lost inside the dark and being consumed by all my demons. I slowly weaken, my wounds and cuts, they only deepen. And while you heal me, you become a victim of mistreatment. I'm fucking sorry, the traces of my past just taunt me. The future's daunting when the present feels so damn disheartening. How could you want me? You found me right when I had lost me. You hold me tight through all our fights, although it's so exhausting. And it's so lovely, you never let the pressure crush me. I made you feel so low while you put no one else above me. I know the baggage in my trunk is ugly, and yet you still choose to love me. How can you love someone so damaged? Feel it in my palms, feeling so beyond. You don't know how I respond. This thing gets harder to manage. Been there from the start, even when you saw the blackness covering my heart. I show you scars that are deeper than what you have known. You tell me I've never looked more beautiful. I'm sorry that I'm damaged, and sorry for the pain. Sorry that you probably have to deal with it again. I never meant for you to deal with all this pressure, or for you to deal with all this pain that don't belong to you. You carry all
my burdens from my past on a stretcher. So the very least that I could do is write this song for you.
Everybody, come on, huh. Hey, as we proceed to give your black ass what you need. Come on, hey, go, huh. I'm about to bring the light back. I'm tall, dark, and handsome, and moves like Mike Jack. Talk to me, girl, you like that? I'm too hot to touch, but I'm cool as an ice pack. DJ, what a mic at? One word, and I better turn it out like Ike back. All it take is a light tap. I'm so soul, a nigga, I'm really bringing the light back. Renegade, cooling in full form. I wanted to the wolf in sheep's clothing. Watch who you pulling the wool on. I'm slipping like a street in a full storm. I talk different. Only nigga talk slicker than bullhorn. Yes, I'm so convinced my soul exists to bring back the funk. Yes, I know you missed them. I know you're soulless. Listen, check it out. I put the soul in solar system. Light it up. It get dark when this motherfucker when I'm outside. Light it up. Police shoot us down, black boy gon' fly. Light it up. It get dark when this motherfucker when I'm outside. Light it up. Hey, police shoot us down, black boy gon' fly. Black man on the crown, police shoot us down, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black queen is the shit, got the mother girls sick, say I know they can't dance like me, huh? Protests in the streets, post Porter want peace, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black boy gon' shine, y'all getting out of line, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh?
Son of a gun, son of a man, son of a brother, telling them brother something again. I too was once young, dance by hand in hand, hustling, stepping up on these niggas to get a band. Stick and shoot at the gum of the concrete, got me to divine feet. I build it as mine chief. Thinking you can keep killing on my street. Son of a gun, I promise you be hearing drum beats. Son of a bitch, you making me mad. I don't want a son of a narrator, kill him on cam, then go on the stand, say it again. And motherfucker, if you can't, then you won't understand no more. Hashtag this, retweet that. 1 week past, then we back on our backs. To relapse to a time with a sun in our hand. I want my sun to shine bright like I know that he can.
Light it up. It get dark when this motherfucker when I'm outside. Light it up. Hey, police shoot us down, black boy gon' fly. Light it up. It get dark when this motherfucker when I'm outside. Light it up. Hey, police shoot us down, black boy gon' fly. Black man on the crown, police shoot us down, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black queen is the shit, got the mother girls sick, say I know they can't dance like me, huh? Protests in the streets, post Porter want peace, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black boy gon' shine, y'all getting out of line, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh?
Daughter a struggle, child the faith. Fathers are hoping, changing the fate. They set the tempo, we set the pace. But pride in my rhythm, pride in my face. I'm proud of my people. Cycles ahead like a ring, why they wanna send rounds at my people? They act like they down for my people. Hey,
Black man on the crown, police shoot us down, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black queen is the shit, got the mother girls sick, say I know they can't dance like me, huh? Protests in the streets, post Porter want peace, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black boy gon' shine, y'all getting out of line, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black man on the crown, police shoot us down, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black queen is the shit, got the mother girls sick, say I know they can't dance like me, huh? Protests in the streets, post Porter want peace, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black boy gon' shine, y'all getting out of line, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black man on the crown, police shoot us down, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black queen is the shit, got the mother girls sick, say I know they can't dance like me, huh? Protests in the streets, post Porter want peace, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? Black boy gon' shine, y'all getting out of line, cause they know they can't dance like me, huh? God damn.
Everybody got on the first.
Hey, watch that be the perfect ending though.
On the first.
That nigga say, I've had enough.
I thought of us tonight, all these diamonds up above. I dream of waking up to you, waiting for your love. sleep alone, but I've been waiting for your love. I thought of us tonight, all these diamonds up above. I dream of waking up to you, waiting for your love. My king of hearts was shown, and I don't ever bluff. Yeah, I sleep alone, but I've been waiting for your love. Waiting for your love. Waiting for your love. Waiting for your love. I've been waiting for your. It's pitch black in this room, staring out my window. You maneuver through my mental like we run the same tempo. You know we've grown close, still got me on the fringe though. Keep my heart to myself, that wouldn't make sense though. I try to crack the code, pick the lock of the friend zone. You're a great catch, like a pass to the end zone. First 3 letters of my name, relationships have been low. Learn to speak your love language, it could be so simple. Bright as 2 stars, wishing we were more than friends though. Looking for commitment, I don't just want a rental. Shoot this arrow at your heart, how could I not try? You could be my black widow, I could be your Hawkeye. I thought of us tonight, all these diamonds up above. I dream of waking up to you, waiting for your love. My king of hearts was shown, and I don't ever bluff. Yeah, I sleep alone, but I've been waiting for your love. I thought of us tonight, all these diamonds up above. I dream of waking up to you, waiting for your love. My king of hearts was shown, and I don't ever bluff. Yeah, I sleep alone, but I've been waiting for your love. Waiting for your love. Waiting for your love. Waiting for your love. I've been waiting for your. If your beauty wrote my songs, I'd have a greatest hits collection. Your voice is like the Psalms, I'll be waiting for your blessing. Solitude been teaching me, I'm hating every lesson. Late night conversations, celebrating every session. And don't leave me second guessing, I'm enthralled with your intelligence. And your smile has that something that makes sadness so irrelevant. And I know you talk with God by the light inside the words you say. You grind and live by faith, focused as you work and pray. Though these miles separate, there's so much we could build together. You're a summer rainstorm, and honestly I feel the weather. And we might have some ties that we still need to sever, but I just cooked a meal for 2, I'll save a seat for you whenever.
Welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. That last song you just heard was Summer Rain by Lori. Good song, good music. You can check out all the music on Dragon Sports Live or you can go to DragonJumpPro.com. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Dragon Sports Live is the baby of Dragon Jump Productions. It's a company that I started, and I also started this podcast. On top of that, we got a lot of great selling things for you that's going down. Indie podcast is going down. So, when I say it's going down, it's going down. Padres signed Yu Darvish to a 6-year extension worth $108 million. This is his third 6-year extension. You know, he had one with the Cubs. He had one, I think, was it the Rangers before he came over? Either way, this is his third 6-year extension. What that tell you? He was 6-8 last season with a 3.14 ERA, and that's earned runs allowed. So that's good. And always state, the lower that number, the better that pitcher is. So congrats on that. You know, making a beat buzz, and they want to keep you around. You know, he came over from that trade, that deadline trade. So it's like, okay, I see you. Keep it up. Now let's see what y'all gonna do this summer when y'all gonna have all y'all players back. I believe Tatis Jr. still have like 80 games. Or like a few games left, like 20 games left to serve as a suspension, which will be served at the start of the season. I believe you might see him in spring training, but I just want to see all these new additions and see everybody that they have work together and see and where they go from there. That's what I want to see. Guardians traded outfielder Will Benson to the Cincinnati Reds for outfielder Justin Boyd. So they basically just swapped field positions. And, it's something that they can do that will help them, get further. So the MLB is making improvements, right? Pitchers will be able to call their own calls in spring training. I don't know how that's gonna go. They might have a little earpiece or something that's connected with the catcher or something, or they gonna have their own sign. So pitchers be called their own calls. Well, I should say own sin for their type of pitch they're gonna throw. We'll see how that goes. And MLB is also preparing to take over local broadcasts. Now, what that means is that, let's say the game's on Channel 9. Since they haven't reviewed some of their contract, like some of the teams, I think it's like 14 teams that haven't renewed their contracts for like national television, like ESPN and all that, they might take over the local broadcast, but we'll see what that happens. I'll let you know more about that in time comes and when it comes. So, we got more trades that happen. Athletics trade outfielder JJ Bleday from the Marlins for A.J Puk. Jason Adam. So right now we're in that period of what you call arbitration. In case people don't know, it's where the team, which is the franchise, versus the player. If a player can plead a case, in some cases, let's say the player wants an increase and he had a sessional season. Okay, you going and he's arbitration eligible. Okay, he can plead his case. That's what Jason Adams did. He pleaded his case and he got awarded. So they was trying to give him 1.5 million, right? He got 1.7 million instead of the 1.5 that's initially given. Now, in some cases that doesn't work out well for the players. In some cases it does, but in his case it did work out. So they did that way. Some players and teams would like to avoid arbitration, such as Astros Cristian Javier. He got a 5-year extension through 2027. But the Astros also beat Kyle Tucker in arbitration, so he will only make $5 million instead of initial $7 million that he wanted to make. Dodgers outfielder David Peralta agreed to a 1-year deal going to the Dodgers. Add another veteran presence. Phillies Jose Alvarado, he gets a 1-year deal that's worth $3.45 million. And then in the minor leagues, I should say, pitcher Sonny Vargas gets a 110 game ban for PED use. This is also his second ban because the first one was for 60 games. So this one is 110 games for PED use. So we'll see what goes from there, right? Now that's pretty much what we have as far as baseball right now. So, with that being said, I'm gonna give y'all some more music, and then coming up, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl and how it's Black History Month and how we had significance of the Super Bowl, coaches on the move, coaches signing. I got it all, and we also talk about what's going to happen for Lamar Jackson as well. So, stay with me. Right now, we got LOL Nobi Forgotten Memories Nope, not Forgotten Memories. I'm sorry. Wrong song. I'm tweaking. Maybe I want to hear that song, but that's the... I don't want to hear the outro. I want to hear the actual song. So we got that, but that was the wrong song that I was thinking about. I'm sorry. You know, sometimes we tweak. But, no, we actually got music coming up, and it's Poured in the Spirit by Young Bro on Dragon Sports Live. Check it out, guys. Young Bro. Prayer. Set. Let's get it.
Sometimes I wonder, do I deserve to live?
Or am I gonna burn to hell for all the things
These feet run towards trouble, and these hands reach out to steal. These eyes covered in words come out this mouth to kill. These ears ignore warnings. His thoughts are corrupt, it's disturbing. His heart's full of lust and perversion. But deep within, underneath the skin. A spirit fights the flesh, trying to beat it in to submission, cause it grieves and when the flesh hungers for secret sin, trying to feast and binge. They split two ways, one exists to praise, the other is disengaged, so it disobeys. It would rather call up chicks than pray, roll a spliff and blaze, than study and flip a page. See, it wants to return to its sinful ways, but something inside is keeping this at bay. It be the spirit of God that fights against the crave, keeping it restrained before it can misbehave. Yeah.
It's living as if it don't mind now, cause it makes bad decisions, yeah, I feel. It's like a prison where I'm at. I'm scared of living in my cell. It's living as if it don't mind now, cause it makes bad decisions, yeah, I feel. It's like a prison where I'm out.
And I can hear the flesh say,
come out to play, yeah, oh my mama. Sin is sweet, come have a taste, yeah, oh my mama. When it's tempting me, I get the crave, yeah, oh my mama. When I'm feeling weak, I hear it say, yeah, oh my mama. There ain't no such thing as halfway cruise. 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 There ain't no such thing as halfway cruise.
I'm not trying to exacerbate, but if I could have half the faith when I'm asked to pray, it'll activate before I pass away and turn back from the masquerade. It's a bad charade, gassed up off of accolades, thinking how the new wine getting snatched away. I'm feeling the always getting snapped awake, and I'm out of his will, son, like castaway, for real. Heart valve got a fast decay. I've been looking, seeing the bad display in the scale over the eyelids, hard seeing past the flakes. I'm waiting for God to castigate. Dead man on the inside, ripping off masking tape, telling me how I'm a bad disgrace, trying to aggravate, hissing in my face like a rattlesnake, and push pain at a faster rate. So I ask for grace. God,
yeah, oh my mama. Sin is sweet, come have a taste, yeah, oh my mama. When it's tempting me, I get the crave, yeah, oh my mama. When I'm feeling weak, I hear it say, yeah, oh my mama. There ain't no such thing as halfway cruise. 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 There ain't no such thing as halfway cruise.
New strap, cushion, the ice pick. That was the wife, girlfriend, and the side chick. Jigsaw struggle, how the piece in my life fit. Nighttime robbing with a bat like a sidekick. Sin life, I was a general. Criminal mind staring at a prison that's federal. Homie, you ain't admitting the flesh kicking, and I got an issue with thinking anything you saying is hetero. Smell of aluminum is in the air when the metal blow. Dark death, wherever the devil go. The word of Yeshua, the only way I maneuver. Being a shooter, so the bread of life gotta be edible. God is incredible, the way he made my punchline credible. Keep fighting the flesh and it's obvious, cause the rage and the fury I suppress on the daily is God grace. I ain't catch a body yet.
Come out to play, yeah, oh my mama. Sin is sweet, come have a taste, yeah, oh my mama. When it's tempting me, I get the crave, yeah, oh my mama. When I'm feeling weak, I hear it say, yeah, oh my mama. There ain't no such thing as halfway cruise. 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 There ain't no such thing as halfway cruise.
Welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. The last song you just heard was Shook by Dayton. Check it out on Dragon Sports Live. You can also check out Dragon Sports Live on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can even check it out on YouTube at www.youtube.com/DONPE1. Y'all can check it out there. You can also check it out on DragonJumpPro.com. So you can check it out on the website as well. We got a link to that'll take you right to the podcast, or you can go right to YouTube. So, with that being said, this past Super Bowl was actually a exciting game. This was actually one of the best NFL Super Bowl games that I have watched. On top of that, I won some money off of it. So it's a pretty exciting Super Bowl. But more importantly, it's Black History Month, y'all. And this Super Bowl has very significance because not only did we have one black quarterback in the Super Bowl, we had two. Both wasn't 100%. Jalen Hurts wasn't 100%, nor was just Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes actually re-injured his ankle more in the game, but was not coming out. He didn't care if he had to do everything one leg, so he basically did one leg. Mahomes had one leg, Hurts had one arm. So it's like, and both of these guys played their best out. To be honest, I thought it was gonna go into overtime, but it didn't. But I was hoping that it would have went into overtime. Simple fact of, one, they was going tick for tack. Two, defense was starting to pick up, and they were starting to go tick for tack. So it was like, okay, maybe this game gonna go to overtime. But then when I seen that in the last final, 2 minutes of the game, and Bradbury was called for that holding, you just gave them the game. And he admitted to the hold. He knew he was holding. He ain't discouraged that. He just saying, I got to do better, basically. But he admitted to the holding, and that holding gave him a fresh first down, which allowed the Chiefs to run a clock and then kick a field goal, basically. So I get that. But, yeah, like I said, it was a tight game. Final score ended up being 38-35. Now, what's also significant about this is Patrick Mahomes won the regular season MVP, right? He also won Super Bowl MVP. And then he won the Super Bowl. Now, as far as the winning MVP and winning the Super Bowl, hasn't really happened since Kurt Warner. And I was 1996. So to be up there with that is all time great. And then to come back, if it's a 10-point deficit, to come back and win the game. So his second half, he had every possession that he had was a scoring he scored on. Let's just say it that way. Every possession that he had in the second half, they scored. Every time they had the ball, they scored. So that's crazy, right? That's crazy to say, but that's how it went down. It definitely went down that way, and I enjoy every minute of this game. I watched the game through and through. Even watched the halftime show. Now, a lot of people was hating on Rihanna, which, for somebody that's pregnant with her second child and was also up in the air dancing a little bit, I'm giving her mad props, and I think she did a good job. It's also, she hasn't performed on the main stage since 2015 or 2017. So it's been quite a while since you heard Rihanna. And then a lot of people was calling her about Twitter, talking about, oh, it's going to be forever before we get new music. Wrong. She gave us new music. And if y'all listen to the Black Panther track, Live Forever, that's Rihanna. If y'all listen to the whole soundtrack, she produced it, and she's on quite a few songs in that soundtrack. So get off her case and let her be. But like I said, she did a wonderful job. She gave you hits that everybody knew and loved. And yeah, like I said, I think she did a great job. But I didn't get to watch any Super Bowl commercials. I'm going to watch those later on, because some of them commercials be funny. And I mean, so funny they make you laugh. And then you got the ones that will make you laugh, but then you see why because it was a band commercial. So we gonna check that out, and we gonna get it cracking with that. Other news though, so we had 10 retired NFL players. They're suing the league for the benefits plan that they got, retirement benefits, because some people feel like they're not getting the right benefits. They getting played on some stuff. So we got 10 of those players. They gonna basically be in a battle with the league about that. I'll give you more details on that once I find out more about that. We did have Vic Fangio there helping out at the Super Bowl. He was helping out the Philadelphia Eagles team. So if he would have won, he would have had a Super Bowl ring since he was under contract by the Eagles. But now he's heading to Miami to become the defensive coordinator there. Will be a part of the staff there. So let's see how that goes. And that part will bolster up a lot of these teams' defense. Vic Fangio is a defensive phenom too. He's a defensive coach, so it's like we'll see. You know, he was part of the reason why we had the Monsters of Midway defense being in the top. So it's like, yeah, and then what he did with the Broncos as well before they let him go. Chad Henne called it quit, so he got his second Super Bowl ring, both with the Chiefs. He calls it a career. He started out in Jacksonville, I believe, and was been around a while. So that's a good way to go out. I always think that's a great way to go out. Actually, you go out on top. Calais Campbell announced that he will return for his 16th season. He's closing in. I think he's like 3 sacks away from having 100 career sacks. So he's coming back for his season. He will be with the Ravens. And then, you know, since the Super Bowl, we did have an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator, both from the Eagles, get head coaching jobs. Coach hired Eagles offensive coordinator Shane Stitcher as head coach, and then the Cardinals hired the defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon as head coach. He will get a 5-year deal. Let's see how that goes from there. Hopefully the Cardinals can get better, but I feel like maybe you need, well, nah, because you probably let your offensive coordinator call the plays and stuff like that. And we'll see right there. Texas hired 49ers Bobby Slow as offensive coordinator and Mac Burke as defensive coordinator to be a part of D'Amico Ryans, who's the new head coach of the Texans. So he's bringing them to their staff. And running back Dalvin Cook will undergo shoulder surgery this past he undergoes shoulder surgery, so he should be ready by shoulder when camp opens and all that. But yeah, he undergoes surgery, and it's official that Derek Carr has been officially released by the Raiders, so he would no longer pursue the workings of, you know, he wasn't going to waive his no trade clause, but so far he has visited the Saints, the Jets that I heard of so far. And with the Saints, I don't know, like, I don't see how that's going to work out because they're $55 million over the cap. So we'll see how that works out. If he decides to go with that, is he going to take less, or is he going to waive players? But I know he did work out for the Jets. We can assume that Trey Lance is done there. Trey Lance might seek a trade, or he might get better. He might be a backup. But to be honest, Trey Lance probably just need a veteran press, because he was, not Trey Lance, Zach Wilson. My bad. Zach Wilson might be done there. But we'll see, because maybe Zach Wilson just need another veteran person. Like, you got to think about Tom Brady had Drew Bledsoe before he took the reins. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers was on the same team. When Brett Favre left, then Aaron Rodgers took over. So it's like, you got to think about some cases, it's not always good to come into a starting role. Like, not at all. You think about it like that, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's not good to come. Like, especially if you're a rookie quarterback and the team really in desperate need of a quarterback, I'm gonna let a veteran take over first, and see how you do in preseason. Like, you did well your first season, but it's like you can't blame solely on the quarterback. Now, some in this case, this year I could because he made poor decisions, but that's neither here or there. I'm not on the team, but he still was putting in that work. Todd Monken leaves Georgia to become Ravens' new offensive coordinator. And hopefully we can get the Lamar Jackson situation done, because think about it, is they going to keep him or they going to let him walk? Because whoever let him walk and somebody decides to pay him, like either higher than Deshaun Watson or similar to Patrick Mahomes, they're going to get a versatile quarterback who can run. And if you make the offense right, he can also give you passes surrounded by receivers. So let's see how that goes. And since Ty left Georgia, Georgia promoted Mike Bobo to offensive coordinator. He was the offensive analysis or specialist over there. So they promote him. And then Panthers hire former head coach Jim Caldwell as senior assistant, as well as Dan Capers as the defensive special analysis. So it's like, okay, we see you. Jets hired Todd Downey as the pass game coordinator. And this year's Hall of Fame inductees, y'all, it's mostly defense. So we got Rondé Barber, cornerback. Don Coryell, he's a head coach, but he had the Cardinals from 1973 to 77, Chargers 78 to 86. So he's a head coach. Chuck Howley, linebacker. Bears 1958 and 50 to 59. Cowboys 1961 to 73. Joe Flacco, defensive tackle. He was with the Jets and Colts. Darrelle Revis, cornerback. He was with the Jets in 2007 to 2012, as well as 2015 to 2016. Bucks 2013, Patriots 2014, and Chiefs 2017. And Ken Raleigh, also a cornerback. He was with the Bengals. Joe Thomas, and then Zach Thomas, linebacker, and DeMarcus Ware. So this year is headlined by mostly defense. Maybe with the exception of one offensive player and the head coach, all defense this year. So it's the first time in a while that solely all defense, and sometimes it's harder for a defensive player to get in. Just saying what they got to go through, but it is what it is. They made it, they in, and they're good. So, hey, that's about all that we. Oh, breaking news. Eric Bieniemy will be joining Ron Rivera's staff as offensive coordinator, and he'll be calling all the offensive plays. Basically, he'll be handling everything offense. according to Ron, because Ron Rivera is defense, so he'll handle defensive stuff. But Beanie will be heading. So after he won Super Bowl, he left. He spent 5 seasons with the Chiefs, and surprised, it's sad because he hasn't had a head coaching job. And to be honest, he's one of those coaches that I truly deserve to be a head coach. So let's see what he does with this Commanders offense. Depending on whoever that's going to be their quarterback too, because they still got Heineke as well as Wentz. So let's see what he can do with the Commanders and see if he can bring the Commanders up to poise and all that stuff too. So let's go with that. And big ups to him on that. You know, now we got 2 minority coaches on the same staff. Cool. I like it that way. But let's see what goes from there. But that is breaking news coming up. We're gonna talk about WNBA. We got a lot of trades, signings, super teams in the making. And we got one special player coming back for another season at the age of 41, too, as well. We'll talk more about that. But first, we going to give y'all some more music here on Dragon Sports Live. So that's the way to do it. And let's get it. This is
Turn me all the way up.
Fuji.
Super high.
Level Up on Dragon Sports Live. Check it out.
Ooh, me and Spiff, keep one on the hill. Only run with that gang, that's a click though. And I'm in a new beam and sit low. Yeah, they follow the drip, but don't slip though. Had to chop off the top, yeah, gate gone. Run with that gang, that's a click though. And I'm in a new beam and sit low. And they follow the drip, but don't slip though. Had to chop off the top, get gone. Yeah, I'm on another level. On the beat, ain't heard another better. Need to watch, I need another bezel. You get caught, you better never tell them. Yeah, level up, level up, yeah, 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 level up. I don't play no games, we are not the same. Drip accordingly or get up out my way. I just get the game, give it to the gang. I can't trust no lanes, you should be ashamed. I'm not a buster, you buster. I cannot run with you suckers. They just be playing too much. Yeah, I'ma just count on my bucks, trying to save up my cash, cause I've been at the bottom. I'm running the game from the summer to autumn. They still in the drip and I seen them. I caught them, ain't giving no chain, don't leave me your honor. Yeah, they say I spit. Call me Lil Simi the auto. Yeah, dressing all white, like I was Demi Lovato. Running the game and I kick those. On the low in a Jeep with a tent though. And they mad at me cause of my drip though. Ain't no taking my chain, we gon' hit bro. Running the game and I kick those. On the low in a Jeep with a tent though. And they mad at me cause of my drip though. Ain't no taking my chain, we gon' hit bro. Only run with that gang, that's a click though. And I'm in a new beam and sit low. Yeah, they follow the drip but don't slip though. Had to chop off the top, yeah, get gone. Run with that gang, that's a click though. And I'm in a new beam and sit low. And they follow the drip but don't slip though. Had to chop off the top, get gone. Yeah, I'm on another level. On the beat, ain't heard another better. Need to watch, I need another bezel. You get caught, you better never tell them. Yeah, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. I don't want you to think I didn't level up. Got the deal that I want, I don't settle, bruh. I count $1 million a month, that's the cheddar, bruh. I got my foot on their neck, I ain't letting up. Pay attention to the opposition, but they be my friends, wanting my position. Then they go out there and try to stop the mission. Set a proposition just to pop the tension. Man, I'm a goat, taking my flow. They gotta go, I swear, they gotta go. Man, they stay on my way, but I'm rocking the boat. And they stay on my page where we talking the most. Yeah, I drill like the rain on the roof. They try to take my chain and go poof. If I'm in the game, I'ma shoot. And it ain't a thing I can't do. Only run with that gang, that's a click though. And I'm in a new beam and sit low. Yeah, they follow the drip, but don't slip though. Had to chop off the top, yeah, get gone. Run with that gang, that's a click though. And I'm in a new beam and sit low. And they follow the drip, but don't slip though. Had to chop off the top, get gone. Yeah, I'm on another level. On the beat, ain't heard another better. Need to watch, I need another bezel. You get caught, you better never tell them. Yeah, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
I've been traveling one way on a wrong way street. Sometimes I get so dazed and confused, and I'll be leaving on the evening train when the sun comes up. Without you I don't know what to do. Been on a wrong way, a long way, and I've been wading down knee deep in my blues. Since you left that day, all the clouds turned to rain, and the sun melts away, and the wrong way seems right without you. Without you. So all the taxi cabs to rental cars or a white limousine, yeah, everybody's making their way. Ooh, a place to go, a sight to see, always something to do. Yeah, everyone but me. 'Cause I've been on the wrong way, a long way. I've been wading down knee deep in my blues. And since you left that day, the clouds turn to rain, and the sun melts away, and the wrong way seems right. Oh, the wrong way seems right. No ending inside. And I'll cry here all night without you. Oh, without you. Oh, I said the wrong way seems right. No ending inside. And I'll cry here all night without you. Yeah. Oh, I've been on the wrong way, a long way. I've been wading down knee deep in my blue. Oh, my blue. And since you left that day, all the clouds turn to rain, and the sun melts away, and the wrong way seems right without you. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Oh, without you.
You go back and forth, you hide and then you cold. Constantly rewrite the greatest story ever told. I tried to buy your love, but it's not worth its weight in gold. Baby, I'm much more than just somebody that you know. I just wanna take you down and hold you down. I don't wanna hurt nobody, I just wanna love somebody. You just wanna chill and feel with somebody real. Well, tell me how you that somebody, 'cause you act like you don't need nobody. When you don't return my calls, girl, you make me feel some type of way. You don't open up at all. Girl, you make me feel some type of way. You call me over when you're lonely. Girl, you make me feel some type of way. And then you place the blame on me. Girl, you make me feel some type of way. I'm always hitting you up like, what's up? What's good? Yeah. Hey love, what you doing? Let's link. FaceTime, call me, baby. Wanna go out? Let's chill. You up? How you feel? You're not much of a talker, but I feel like a stalker. Cause you call me when you ready, text me when you ready, hit me when you ready. I don't work for you, I can't just fuck you when you ready. Fuck you cause I'm ready to pull up with another love. When you don't return my calls, girl, you make me feel some type of way. You don't open up at all. Girl, you make me feel some type of way. You call me over when you're lonely. Girl, you make me feel some type of way. And then you place the blame on me. Girl, you make me feel some type of way.
Money. Thought the first minute I was done. In my head, yeah, I'm really tryna run. Be in the house, I don't even have fun. Fought the battle, but I think it kinda won. See, this time, it's high functioning. Smoke it up, back to work like it's none then. No need to talk about myself, no discussion. If you can't, then you been. Wouldn't notice that I'm hurting then. Tired of the fake shit. And on my face, your face, I can't face it. Come in my life, you treat me like I'm basic. I'm the shit, you know, with no replacement. All these arguments, kids, and I ain't mentally abusing. I'm confused in my head, trying to shake it. Yeah, I want a real love, like an angel in a bud. You want skin, you just wanna see me naked. So I'm tired. Feel like it's a day if I got five. Need a shoulder to lean, don't be bad when I cry. Those days I was happy, got caught in surprise. I messed up, should've chose up both eyes. But I'm used to it. Everybody in my life, yeah, I'm accusing it. They just say Jake, they proving it. I got questions, they ain't answer, no truth in it. And y'all useless, now I'm back to the old me. By myself on paper, no time for the folding. Hello to the haters, cause what I'm, you ain't popping. Music getting normal, gotta action when I'm dropping. I remember back to school, life is really popping. Yeah, I had best friends like a Robin to a Batman. Let it ghost in my life like Pac-Man. Roster hit flatline, drama, ain't got time for it. Live my life, blow a kiss, show president or me. It's something I don't miss, now I'm better, now I really better by myself. Focus myself and not only worry about my health. Mental, hey, why it's a crazy thing. I be waking up, think I'm living in a dream. I wanna prevail, move on a better thing, but I'm stuck water to the concrete, cementing things. Trying to get around, need to find my energy. I'm awake, but my mind wanna go to sleep. Take a light head controlling me. Got a lot of weight, hard targets holding me down. Be funny, I'm a clown. Only thing keeping me from showing my frown. Not my worth, I'm a queen with a crown, but my mind see Earth square, reeling slowly round. But it's cool, cause I know that I'ma get through. I'm used to it, this a mental fight part 2. My mind attack, kick it in no kung fu. Trying to stay calm, breathe in, breathe out too. Keeping a handler on me, use it if I got to. Thoughts in my mind, need to find a path through. Overthinking like I'm always getting bad news, but I always been here blue, thought I let the clue. Thought the first minute I was done. In my head, yeah, I'm really tryna run. Be in the house, I don't even have fun. Fought the battle, but I think it kinda won. See, this time, it's high functioning. Smoke it up, back to work like it's none then. No need to talk about myself, no discussion. If you can't, then you been. Wouldn't notice that I'm hurting then. Do you been, wouldn't notice that I'm hurting then. Do you been, wouldn't notice that I'm hurting then.
Welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. If you just tuning in, I'm Dante Payne, and you're rocking with Dragon Sports Live. Now, that's just not your typical podcast. It's a podcast that plays music from you, that supports you, shows you everything that you need to do. On top of that, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcast. You can also follow the show on YouTube at DONPE1 when you type in youtube.com/DONPE1 on top of that. Or you can just go to youtube.com and type in Dragon Jump Productions. You should find Dragon Sports Live as well as other work that I have done. Stay tuned. Check the website, dragonjumppro.com. And be sure to subscribe to YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Dragon Jump Pro. So, NBA season is on and cracking. It is All-Star Weekend. They had the Rising Star game yesterday. But we also had the trade deadline pass too, which it was a lot of trades. But we'll talk about a few. And we also talk about Zion. So we'll start with Zion first. Zion Williamson will be out multiple weeks past All-Star break because he had a setback with the hamstring issue. So he will be out. And like I said before, as I mentioned, we had multiple team trades. So it was a 14 trade with the Warriors, Blazers, Knicks, and Hawks, right? The Warriors feel like that Portland did not disclose the medical issue of Gary Payton II. So, with that being said, that trade was kind of held in limbo, but since the trade deadline passed, they had to figure something else out. Portland wasn't going to lose draft picks, like I said, because the trade deadline has passed. But they decided to go through with the trade, so everybody's happy. They're going to reevaluate Gary Payton in a month to see where his ab strain is, because he got an abdominal injury. And hopefully they can have him by playoffs. If they can have him by playoffs, cool. That gives you a defensive person as well as somebody who can come off the bench and give you scoring. You know, besides Jordan Poole as well and Kuminga. They end up trading Wiseman. And it was so many different trade scenarios with that. Like, I seen one point they say trade Alex Caruso for Wiseman for the Bulls. No. Now the Bulls, shockingly, they didn't make any trades during deadline. They didn't do anything. They was relatively quiet. They didn't do anything at all. Because like I said, I feel like the Bulls have a really strong core. You just missing some key pieces, or we got a lot of injuries. We still haven't seen Ball yet. DeRozan's battling. He's still battling a hip injury that he suffered. So we got injuries, and hopefully once we get everybody healthy, it's like the Bulls would be a second team. Let's see at the second half, because Boston had that surge where they was at the bottom of the poll and then went crazy in the second half of the season, end up making it to the final. So let's see how that goes from there. Danny Green will be joining the Cavaliers on a $2 million contract for the remainder of the season after a buyout that he had with the last team he was traded to, because he was with the Clippers and they traded to OKC or something like that. So yeah, he'll be joining Cavaliers. Terrence Ross plans to sign with Phoenix after his buyout with Orlando. Reggie Jackson signs with the Nuggets after the Hornets buyout because he got traded to the Nuggets. Yeah, it was so much. This person got traded here, got traded there. Going on. Jay Crowder will probably make his debut for the Bucks after All-Star break. We might see Kevin Durant after All-Star break as well, because he did an introductory speak, but he's already doing shooting drills. He's running, doing a couple jump shot drills. So we'll see him after the break. Brittany Griner made her second public appearance since being rescued from Russia. She was at the Phoenix Open with her wife, out out and about. Still plans to play in the 23 season for the WNBA. And we got an era of super teams coming up. So the two new teams that are now considered super teams, the Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty. I'm going to tell you why I feel like these are super teams now. So, with the Aces, you got Aja Wilson, Candace Parker, Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray. Do y'all like that? How that lineup sound? That sounds like a real good lineup. Aja's pretty big and go down low. Chelsea and Kelsey are guards. Put them down low. Ooh. And then you go to New York side. It's Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Kausu, Courtney Vandersloot, Jacquel Jones. Let's just name those so far. Super team. Definitions of a super team. And I want to see how the season goes because it's going to be a very exciting season this year for the WNBA. And in case y'all didn't know, that XFL is starting today on the 18th. We got XFL 2 as well. So we still got football. Well, if it's CFL, XFL, NFL, we got it. WNBA is getting ready to start up right now. They are in free agent signing period, so it's like, okay. Not only did, like I said, New York Liberty got Courtney Vandersloot. So Gonzaga will retire Courtney Vandersloot number 21 jersey in that regard as well. Nobody would be able to rock number 21 for Gonzaga women. Marina Marby is heading to the Sky, and Diamond DeShields to the Wings in a 14 trade. So, we still been having trades happening in the women's bracket as well. Dream Sense, former star Tiffany Hayes, former UConn star Tiffany Hayes to the Sun for a 23 pick. And Dream hired former Wings coach Vicky Johnson as assistant. So I feel like it's always good to have a former coach as your assistant, because in case you get ejected or situations where you're sick, they had head coaching experience, but they'll be able to clash different. It's like when everybody's clicking and clashing, instead of clashing, it's gonna be the greatest thing you can ever do. I'm just gonna say it like that. I'll let y'all know more. I give y'all All-Star break recap in the next show. But until then, stay tuned for another edition of Dragon Sports Live. And be sure to go on YouTube.com and type in Dragon Jump Productions and hit that subscribe button. And if you missed the show, you didn't miss it. You can catch it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. This is Dragon Sports Live, and I'm Dante Payne. I'm signing off.